Brainstorming is based on the idea that small groups of people using their collective thinking power is more productive than each person thinking alone. Brainstorming has been found to be particularly effective in small group problem-solving activities and is a very rewarding method of stimulating the ideas of all members of the group. Experience has shown that a few simple rules make brainstorming a most valuable technique. This presentation is designed to teach you these simple rules. The size of the brainstorming group is important. 3 to 12 people is best. Too large a group makes it difficult for everyone to participate. Too small a group will run the risk of overlooking some important items. The first step in the brainstorming process is to define the topic area to be discussed. It sounds easy, but remember, not everyone in the group may have the same idea as to the exact features being considered. Small groups use brainstorming at several stages in their work. 1. To identify new problems. 2. To find the causes of problems already identified. This uses a special form of brainstorming which will be discussed in a further module, known as cause and effect analysis. And 3. Identifying solutions. Remember that you are looking for lots of ideas, so one very important rule is to write down all ideas as they are mentioned on a large sheet of paper so that everybody can see what has been suggested. The use of flip charts is very popular in small group problem-solving activities. The brainstorming process is intended to remove our mental blindfolds and help us to find the clues which are all around us. An effective way to start is to take turns suggesting one idea per person. Your imagination is your best source of ideas. Use it. What you may think is a wild idea may trigger ideas in other people. If you can't think of anything on your turn, just say pass. Look for ways to solve the problem rather than criticizing the ideas of others. When suggesting causes of a problem, do it in a manner which will encourage the participation of other members in the group. No idea should be thought of as stupid or ridiculous. No one should be made to feel silly. Remember, in brainstorming there is no such thing as a crazy idea. During brainstorming there should be no discussion of the ideas. This rule is sometimes easily broken when one group member has some special knowledge. The temptation to comment, however, must be vigorously resisted if the brainstorming session is to be effective. The comment, "I don't think that there are any more ideas," is usually a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you start to run out of ideas, remember 6 key words: what, when, where, why, who, and how. They are referred to as the 5 W's and an H. By asking what is being done, what should be done, what could be done, etc., and then asking when questions, many new ideas are stimulated. Generate a large quantity of ideas. The more ideas you come up with in a fast-moving session, the better your results will be. For many group members, the first brainstorming session will be their first attempt to speak up and contribute their ideas in front of others. In some cases, it will take courage to start. Remember, do not let anyone think their ideas are stupid. Brainstorming can be a most enjoyable and rewarding time for everyone. For example, many people experienced in brainstorming will deliberately suggest outlandish ideas. They know that unrealistic ideas can frequently spark better ones from someone else. Exaggeration is always encouraged in brainstorming. It is always easier to tone down a wild idea to fit the situation than it is to expand it to cover what you have left out. Don't censure your ideas. Let them be exotic and strange. The technique called combinations is practiced by combining ideas and concepts. By adding your ideas to the others that have been mentioned, you may arrive at a combination better than any 1 or 2 ideas. Now that brainstorming has drawn a number of ideas from the group, those ideas must be evaluated. We will briefly discuss the evaluation process. If brainstorming has been used to identify problems or to highlight possible solutions, the following approach is slightly different from the evaluation of problem causes. These will be discussed separately in Cause and Effect Analysis 1. When brainstorming has been used effectively as a means of identifying problems, it is usual for the group to produce a list of anywhere between 50 and 300 ideas. It will be necessary to put these ideas into 3 separate categories. 1. Totally within the group control. 2. Partially within the group control. And 3. Not in the group control. The leader, taking each item on the list in turn, then asks, "Is that something we can do anything about ourselves?" If the answer is no, we can complain about it but cannot do anything about it, the leader will then scratch it through as being non-group controllable. Taking the next item on the list, the leader asks the same question. This time, perhaps the answer is yes. Following some discussion, the item may then be classified as either totally group controllable or partially group controllable. Either way, the leader will put a circle around the item, together with a P or a T. When all of the items have been classified in this way, the completed brainstorm list will look like this. The items which have been crossed out may be passed on to others. This can include both managers, specialists, or even other small groups. The group will now concentrate their attention on the problems they have circled. Only one of these will be selected for their project. For newly formed groups, it is a good idea to rank the problems in order of easy to solve. By taking a simple problem, the group can quickly become familiar with all of the techniques to reach the presentation stage. It will give the group a quick sense of achievement and let others see that such groups do actually get things done. Usually, the totally group controllable problems are the best candidates for a new group, and they will not need to put early demands on other departments. When brainstorming is used to find possible solutions to a problem, the same evaluation process may be used. Obviously, solutions which can be implemented by the group themselves have the advantage that the group retain control of the project. Do not underestimate the power of small groups to solve problems. Brainstorming is the most effective technique to enable group members to harness their power.